I'm not going to sugarcoat it. One of the worst leaks that we heard for LEGO Marvel 2026 was hearing that there's going to be an 18 plus $130 buildable Iron Man set. I mean, so many of us feel like the LEGO Marvel line is plagued by buildable figures. And in 2025, we didn't even get a LEGO Marvel modular. So having the next 18 plus set over $100 being a buildable figure, it was a recipe for disaster. But somehow LEGO cooked on this design. Is it perfect? No. Is it one of my favorite sets from even 2026 LEGO Marvel? I don't think so, but I am quite satisfied with what I got. However, I gotta disclose, I got this early from LEGO to review. Call me a shill, but you know I will tell you my honest opinion if I think a set is not great. I think they did a really good job. The 1,297 piece count is used to make one of the most detailed LEGO Iron Man builds that we've gotten to this day. It's a build that sacrifices articulation for capturing movie accuracy of the Mark III suit, which is what's portrayed here. And yes, you get a Mark III minifigure as well, which so far is exclusive to the set for one specific piece. Which the only thing exclusive for that minifigure is the arm printing. The rest of this design came in the 2022 Iron Man Armory set for the torso, the legs, which sadly do not have side leg printing. It looks incomplete. The visor as well. However, we do have a new face print, which is used for the Hulkbuster set of January 2026. The design of which has a very chipper Tony Stark face, but I absolutely love this alternate face print, which it's great to see those glasses on a LEGO minifigure for Tony Stark. It's kind of crazy to me how much better the build for this figure's bust looks than the set that was specifically an Iron Man bust released earlier in 2025. That was a set that was $60 and it was the Mark IV. This is the Mark III at $130. And not only do we have the bust, but we have so much more than just the bust. But it makes sense because the person who designed this is somebody who's part of the Creator 3-in-1 team. And Creator 3-in-1 has such great angles to capture animals, more accurate than a lot of other themes. So it's kind of like a guest creator coming into the theme of LEGO Marvel, at least from what I saw from some interviews. So there's only 5 points of articulation, which when I first saw this, I was like, oh, it's going to be very articulated. It isn't. There's the head right here, which you could get some movement, but not so much movement. But I mean, you don't need to be Exorcist spinning this 360 degrees. There's the waist, which could only move up to those points, back and forth. Then you have the shoulders, which use that link joint. You could get it a full 360 degrees all around. And you can move it up and down. Of course, same for the other hand. No, the elbows are not something that you can move up and down. They're fixed into place. However, you can twist the wrists. So that's neat. But yeah, you're always fixed in these two positions for the center part, so you can't move that lower half, the wrist and the hand up and down from that center part. However, you can move the hand around since it is on a little, as I call it, fork clip piece. So you get some nice rotation there and how that attaches. So there's still some movement. And last would be the fingers, which 5, of course, are on each hand. These are attached to that F1 series piece that's like a curved bar. And so you can get individual movement for each of them. And then there's also the thumb, which is attached to one of these pieces, which means you could stick it up like that, or you could put it to the side. So I like that extra articulation with how you want to position the thumb. So you can make him thumbs up, or you can make him make a fist. Which, yeah, that's not the best looking fist, but you get my point. One of my few problems with this set is I don't like how these fingers look. I do kind of wish they were a little bit more like human fingers. They use a piece that they've used for, say, dragon claws before, and it really shows. Those look like claws and not fingers, and it's not really accurate to the source material. Which, yeah, everything under that waist is not posable. That's all fixed in place. It's not supposed to be removed even from the stand, which I'm a little bit surprised, but I get it. This is more of a display piece than a play piece. And you might see it closing and opening, but you could also secretly pose the mouth, which it's not supposed to be meant to be posed, but they do give you that option if you want to. All right, let's do some fun poses with what I could move of this figure. I was trying to get him to do like the classic muscle pose, but yeah, it is very limited in how you can pose this character. This one's like, what do you want from me? This one he's like, epic, simply epic. This is his, fine, I guess you are my little PogChamp expression. You could figure out what this is referencing on your own. This neutral pose is probably your best bet in displaying this figure. Or pose it like this, like he's about to blast somebody. Another thing that's very interesting with the set is the amount of gold drum lacquered pieces. There's even pieces that we've never gotten in that coloring before, which include a double cheese slope, as well as that half a circle tile piece. But it's just lovely to get this amount of gold lacquered pieces in a 2026 Lego set, including the Lego Ignite pieces, as people say. I call them the gold bar pieces, and I mean they're more than appropriate with this specific set, right? I mean, so much with the face just works better than that bust design. I really love the piece makeup that they have going on there. And even like the side, like we got a printed 2x2 specifically for this buildable character. The bust didn't have any printed 2x2s like that, so that's a really welcome print. Very smooth all throughout. You can push these open. These are the air flaps, which I like how you could see they have a little bit of a build underneath. I like how the torso is built, where they get a lot of different angles just reusing this 2x2 piece that has that peculiar angle going on. So they have it in a horizontal way right here, stacked on top of each other, and then this piece with the 1x2s, which makes it look so smooth. Then you have it in a vertical angle right here, and then that sloped 1x2. The arc reactor in the middle is a lovely printed translucent blue design. Love the printing on there. I like the use of that 4x4 hood piece that has those specific ridges on it. At the side even of the torso, you could see how they use those pizza slice towel pieces, as I call them. I love getting this windscreen right here in red for the shaping of that area. That looks really good. It's also great to get this piece, this half dome, in this red coloring. I don't know, sometimes I feel like I'm just naming all of these pieces for what I call them, and I know they're not the most professional name for these pieces, but you know I'm not a mock builder. Pretty much identical arm builds, except they're flipped and they have a different angle for that Technic pin connecting that upper half with the shoulder and the lower half with the wrist and hand. This one giving more of an L shape. This one giving a shape closer to a straight line, but of course that still has some deviation there. The design of this for both of the arms have some great gold lacquered pieces once again. Also love the curvature with this piece once again. Also great curvature with these 1x3 pieces that add a nice angle to them. It is all very smoothed out with those tiles that they use. There's a 2x2 tile that has a flat bottom and a round top. 1x3 tile right there. All of this is necessary to make a very realistic looking Iron Man armor. And I like that that's going on there. The design at the back, I really like that we have a 2x2 gold tile. That looks really cool. I like getting that. And yeah, back part right here. More of this lovely piece. And seeing more gold lacquered pieces with those sloped 1x2s. Each of the hands have the identical build, and I really like this 2x2 print inside the palm of the hand so that you could go blasting some drones. For the lower half, more great round pieces. I like getting these 2x2 designs, which are not too common in that color. The design of this 3x3 tile is exclusive with this print right here. Same with it on this side as well. And then for that lower half, Lovely gold lacquered pieces, as we pointed out, exclusive half circle one for the tile, and double cheese slope. Pizza slice tile, as I call them. Lovely roundness with that quarter circle-ish little tile, I guess you could say. Sloped piece, just adding like different strings of words for these pieces. When I searched them up on Brickset, I can't find them by part code. So I'm like, okay, they're exclusive to the set in this color, but I don't know what each of them are named by heart. I'm sorry, they are newer pieces. But yeah, I'm just really impressed by the roundness with this leg right here. It doesn't look blocky in really any way, even though you have some studs showing here and there. LEGO just did an excellent job smoothing this out to make it look less like a brick-built figure and more like an action figure. And on the very bottom, we have a stand. So you could think that, what is it called? Peely Bones. You can think that K2SO from Star Wars, which we haven't really seen for a buildable Marvel figure before. You know, the stands are usually something reserved for, say, the busts or things like that. So it's kind of interesting, but that emphasizes that this is less of a posable design and something really for display. At the very bottom, we have an exclusive 2x6 tile, which says Iron Man Mark III Lego Marvel. I like that. I like that it's not a freaking sticker like sometimes they'll do with an 18 plus stand. Nothing at the back of this stand. And it's just a nice spot to put the Iron Man minifigure. But I think I've said enough with the build of the set. I want to show you one thing, which is involving the instructions. I do find it weird that the instructions don't have a picture of the Iron Man Mark III armor from the movie. We just get that on the box. Instead, we get this picture of Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark, and it's like, okay, we're just kind of getting a debriefing on the character, but it would be cool not only to get this Lego version of the diagram, but maybe have actual like screenshots from the movie of this suit. I don't know. So this is a set that exceeds my expectations because I thought this was going to turn out like garbage. And this is actually a very well-made display figure. It doesn't blow my mind to the level of, say, like the Wall-E build with Eve and everything there, where I just like that idea a lot more than the Iron Man thing here, because it does feel repetitive where it's like, okay, it's another buildable Iron Man variant. But if you're going to get a buildable Iron Man variant, this is the best on store shelves. Well, that's going to be on store shelves. $130 is a good price for what's included here. It's not like the best price out there, but I'm like, okay, that's a good value. I mean, if you're a price per piece ratio person, that's excellent because it's $12.97. Hey, that's the month and year I was born. The design of this having such lovely gold lacquered pieces, which are very hard to get nowadays, and also some great exclusive prints. An exclusive minifigure, which it is a little bit annoying to throw in a minifigure in a set that's not even minifigure scale, but this is Lego. It's not a new surprise to get that. And the only exclusive part are the arms, which I'm glad they're finally adding arm printing to Iron Man minifigures. And not to be a begging chooser, but it's like, okay, can we actually have some side leg printing as well with such a detailed figure? Yeah, I just feel like, okay, I would have kind of liked more posability. Maybe the option to remove this from the stand, but as I saw in some interviews, if they added a little bit more posability, this would have a lot more chunky parts that would kind of sacrifice the displayability and accuracy to the source material from the movie. So there is kind of a compromise going on there, and I like the vision. I would give this, okay, like honestly, I'm between a high 7 and a low 8. All right, I'll be nice. I'll give it a low 8. But keep in mind, this 8 is nowhere near the 8 for the Back to the Future Speed Champion set, which I'm in love with. I'm not in love with this set, but I gotta respect this for being a really well-made set. And that's my honest opinion. I know LEGO sent me this early for free, but I would always give you my honest opinions, even if I don't like specific parts. Stuff like the gaps kind of makes sense for the source material. I mean, yeah, a little bit more gaps for these shoulder areas, but it's not too far off from the source material. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you agree or disagree with me? Do you like this? Do you like this more than me? Subscribe here for more up-to-date LEGO 2026 news and reviews, and I'll see you later. Thank you so much for watching. Seriously, you liking, commenting, and subscribing helps so much when the algorithm can be a little bit rude to this channel. Peace out.